Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome back to another video. It's been a while. Now, before I say anything, I just wanted to say something really quickly, and that is please forgive the quality of the gameplay. I put everything to low. The video recording was taken during the launch of the game, and for some reason the launch had a really bad, if I put everything at high, it would just crash the game. So I had to put everything to low. And this is the only footage I actually have of the game. So, they just kind of have to roll with it. But as of today, March 12th, at 3:39 is when I'm recording this. HighGuard, one of the most anticipated games of the Game Awards, apparently. Uh, it shut down today. Yeah, it's done. It's over. They put out a statement not that long ago. It was like last week, I believe. They said today we're sharing difficult news. We have made the decision to permanently shut down HighGuard on March 12th. Since launch, more than 2 million players stepped into HighGuard's world. You shared feedback, created content, and many believed in what we were building. For that, we are deeply grateful. Despite the passion and hard work of our team, we have not been able to build a sustainable player base to support the game long term. Servers will continue online until March 12th. We hope you'll jump in with us one more time to show your support and get those final great in what matches in while we still can. Whew. All right, that was a week ago. Today is the 12th, and it has shut down. It's done. It lasted 45 days. It launched January 26th to March 12th. So not exactly like a Concord, but kind of a Concord. I mean, what can we say? The game launched to 97,000 players on Steam. Uh, Quite literally, the next day went down to 39,000, and then the day after that, 19, and then a week later was down to 10K. And what is it at now? Um, well, a week before this announcement, go back a little bit, it was at 400 players on Steam. And slowly but surely, it kept bleeding and bleeding players. Bleeding and bleeding. The last time they had 1,000 was in February 22nd, on Steam at least. I did see something that said PlayStation was actually the highest player amount, then Xbox, then PC. But again, it just doesn't seem like they had enough of a player base to really do anything. Unfortunately, though, for this game, I actually don't think it was that bad. I don't think it was as bad as Concord, and I don't think it was something that couldn't have been salvaged. However, the game launched in a bad state. Let's just be honest. The game launched so incomplete. 3v Whoever thought 3v3 was a good idea for this game mode, why? And I think the funny thing is, like, they were like, "Oh, these are ex Apex and Titanfall devs," and they even put that in their Steam thing, their Steam page. And now, if you go back and look at it, it's not there anymore because they had to take it out. Um, or they did take it out. I don't know if they had to, but they did. I'd say the biggest blunder is, after the Game Awards, and you see Jeff Keighley, who's like the host of the Game Awards, being like, after the first day, I'll accept your apologies now. The game's not online anymore. 45 days out, not online anymore. And again, I think this is really sad because I think this game had a lot of potential. It had some good bones. The gunplay, I think, was fun. Uh, the looting wasn't too tedious, too terrible. Though I think the shop wasn't where it should have been either, But this game to me just felt like too many ideas that were kind of meshed together, and nobody just said no. You had things from R6, Apex obviously was kind of like the base, Titanfall the base. But then you had like mining with the crystals, and then you had the Apex, and then you had, the siege mechanics of reinforcing walls and kind of a capture the flag with the sword, and then, the siege part of we got to defend and attack, and then it became demolition from Call of Duty, where you're like, oh, we have to plant the bomb here, we're gonna plant it here. Oh, but if you plant it at the core, you win the game instantly. If they attack you, you lose a certain amount of health. If you fail an attack, you lose health. It's like it wasn't fun. It really wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't that enjoyable. It had bones, and I think it had. If you gave this game another 6 months to a year, I think you really could have had something. But that's the problem. This game came out just too fast. Too fast. It came out in 2020. It came out the same way it lasted, fast. Okay, it came out too quickly. It wasn't completely done. It lasted 45 days. And I remember the narratives being pushed as like, oh, people are just hating on this game. It's a lot better than you think it is. And I think some people were definitely over hating the game, but it's like, and now the game's shut down for a reason. It's just not interesting. And I remember them saying something about I watched someone else's video, and they showed something on Twitter that one of the devs said players had an average of 91 minutes while playing the game, about 2 hours. It's like, yeah, you maybe played 2 matches, but then that was it. You never played anything after that. I played 2 matches, never touched the game after that. That's why this first recording, which I don't think is that great, I don't remember what I went in this game. I mean, I could check, but wasn't anything great. Yeah, nothing crazy. We kind of got dog walked a bit. Um, but it's like it wasn't anything too crazy, too fun. It was a good time. I enjoyed the time that I had on it, but honestly, like after the first game and we kept playing, after this game that I'm showing you right now, this is the first game I played. It's honestly not that fun. It gets less fun the more you play it, and that's not good for a game. It should get more fun, not less. And I think that's just kind of going to be the legacy of HighGuard. You know, it's going to be a game that came out, had its little fun, and then dipped. They had battle passes and skins out. I'm sorry if you bought a skin for HighGuard, you deserve to get scammed. Like, you don't deserve your money back. Let's take a sip of water real quick. But yes, that is HighGuard, ladies and gentlemen. It lasted 45 days. That's it. It is not the most catastrophic. I think that still will go to Concord. You know, just the amount of money, the amount of time. I mean, that game only lasted what, like 11 days. Like that's pretty bad. This isn't much better though. This is definitely top five. Can't imagine all the millions of dollars they put into this game. And the craziest thing too is like they had a roadmap of what they wanted to do. As for the rest of this year in terms of updates and what to expect. And now they won't even be able to do it. They had a roadmap all the way up to December. But they couldn't get a dedicated player base. And they're not gonna relaunch like Splitgate did. You know, Splitgate 2 went to Arena Reloaded, and it's not even that bad of a game, now. And I'm kind of curious what the player count is for this game. It's at like 600, it's nothing crazy, but it's something. It's a dedicated player base. Um, but yeah, High Guard hit some pretty high notes in the beginning, and that was all it hit. It was just down from there. It was downfall, downfall. This game wasn't gonna last very long. I mean, did any of us really think after the first day of playing it this game was gonna last? I didn't think it would last 45 days. I thought they'd at least stick with it for a year, try to get the player base back for the year, then give up on it. By the time like it comes back to the year anniversary of the launch, just be like, hey, we're gonna shut down the game. Uh, when it hits a year exactly, we'll, maybe after this month, we'll shut down the game. We'll celebrate the year of this game, and then we'll shut it down. But they didn't even do that. They gave up on this game pretty quick. And I think it's because people gave up on this game pretty quick. This game had a lot of potential, you know, and they just kind of shit on it. Some design choices that just didn't make sense. Like the world, if you're not running into people constantly, the world is so big, and 3v3 just isn't enough for constant action. It's too much long waiting period and then a little fight here. Like, to be honest, the main fights you're getting into is like it's like two skirmishes. One is for the Stormbreaker, I think it was called, that big ass sword, and then the next is for the base that people get. Like, most of the time you're collecting resources and looting, and there's no like AI enemies in the map. So while you're doing this, you're just kind of doing it. So you're actually spending more time looting than you are fighting. And that's not good, you know? It led to an empty feeling world that had no discernible like challenge, uh not a lot of combat opportunities. Again, it was just kind of there. And I think that is what makes this game so frustrating to talk about. Is that you could see the vision and there was so much potential there that they just didn't capitalize on for some reason. Or they just didn't think to do it this way. But yeah, that that's the story of HighGuard. I played 2, 3 games, 4 max. I liked it less and less the more I played it. I think it got really boring and repetitive quick. I mean, I played 4 matches and I thought it was repetitive. Like that's not good. Um, I think they tried to use Titanfall and Apex's name to kind of boost player count. I think that's what got people interested at first. It was definitely very Apex-like, Titanfall-like. Gunplay was good, but it's too many missing features and factors. And I think honestly, like the biggest disappointment was the player count. It's too low for a map that big. Not enough gunfight. And if you're gonna do 3v3, put AI enemies around so you can fight something. It's not the best, but it's something. Anyway, that's the video, ladies and gentlemen. It's a short one. We'll get a review on Paradox Junction soon. I gotta do my review on my other Black Ops 7 Zombies maps because I haven't really been playing BO7 much. But if you guys did enjoy, hit that like. If subscribe if you want to. Leave a comment. I don't care what the comment says, as long as it isn't anything too crazy. You know, tell me the video sucked. Give you a thumbs up. All right. And with that being said, this is Mayhem, outlasting High Guard, and signing out. Peace.